The 2023 general election draws near. Nigerians expect nothing but credible conduct of the polls. But the Arewa Consultative Forum, ACF, has warned that hate speech, insults, and threats of violence by some politicians are threats to peaceful conduct of the elections. According to a statement signed by the Secretary General of the Forum, Murtala Aliyu, the ACF warned that if such acts are left unchecked, it could lead to widespread violence.
Yeah, it's good.
Counting down to the election proper now.
Yeah.
What you see on the social media, what people write against another candidate, what parties, what they write against each other, and the rhetorics. And you know, when we were growing up, you hear of politicians talking about, you know, what they are going to do, programs and infrastructures, and
they
how
talk
to
about
develop and everything. And if they
what the
want to criticize,
opponent
they criticize your programs. But right now, it's all about individuals. See this person, this is what you've done, this is what you've not done.
Well, it's unfortunate that we come to this story pass. And it's based on the fact that this is the downside of social media. Because like you said, 20 years ago, they are gatekeepers for newspapers and TV stations to ensure that hate speech does not filter through to
You can't just publish anything unsubstantiated.
But now everybody with a phone is a publisher. So they have access to whatever they can do. And I keep telling people that the best way is you have to take some people to court. You have to make examples. Because unless you start going to court to defend your honor, these people will continue. It's unfortunate. Because I'm speaking as a Yoruba man, I'm speaking as a Yoruba elder. There are things that you hear or read that you wonder whether this person had parents at home. Like I said, I'm talking from my own culture. That's my viewpoint. So I can't talk for other cultures. You read things like that, you wonder, does this person have a family? Does he have a father? Was he ever trained? Because there are certain things that are not allowed in Yoruba culture for you to do, on both sides. You don't abuse elders, you don't talk about deformities, all that. But now, it's an open season. And like they said, if you are not careful, you create a narrative that does not have no place in reality. And when that reality should come to pass, these people will now take up arms to fight a system that you and I know they can never win in the first place. But they've created a narrative that gives them the impression that they're going to win, that everything's going according to plan, that their candidate is going to be number one, is going to sweep 35 out of 36 states. But you and I know as analysts that that's not possible. After the result comes out and somebody else wins, how are we going to face the consequence? That's why party leaders must do something to rein in these people on all sides to ensure that we go back to basics, face the topics, face what is wrong with our country. Like what you said, talk about security, talk about infrastructure, talk about the economy. Leave the person alone. Let's interrogate their commitments to Nigeria. That's where we should start, not by insults.
Okay.
I love what the ACF did, especially they even made reference to Governor Autumn of Benue State. And I think he went above the bar in that statement that he uttered against the candidate of the PDP, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, by saying to hell with Atiku. Although he has since apologized, but for a governor, a leader, to utter that statement, I think it falls short. And I think the Arewa Consultative Forum made reference to that. And I think we should be careful. And also, I will also talk about the altercation between the spokesperson of the, or one of the spokespersons of the PDP, Senator Dino Melaye, and the candidate of the Labour Party, Mr. Peter Obi, during one of the town hall meetings. Yeah, Dino Melaye, we all know him, talks a lot, but I expect that a presidential candidate should exercise some restraint by responding with that kind of outburst on national television. I think we should not eat up the system more than it's already eaten. Although this is a time for politicking, a lot of brickbats will be thrown, but the leaders who are aspiring to leaders, especially presidential candidates, should have that shock absorber to be able to take that. And I think they should borrow a leaf from Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who, by all means, probably, Yoruba says, igi tó bá ní èso, òní wọ́n máa ń sọ òfun. I mean, how come something that happened in 1992 that has been closed, they are bringing it up in 2022, 30 years. Somebody went to court to go and remind the U.S. authorities that this case that happened in 1992, you guys didn't investigate it well. And some TV stations are jumping at that.
On the bandwagon.
You see, the thing is, to me, they are making Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu more popular. And you can see that he's not even responding.
No, this is not even about a particular candidate.
Yeah.
What we are looking at here is
No,
generally,
you see, I spoke about all the three political parties.
Yes,
and even I even condemned Autumn for attacking Atiku. But so, I think we are just taking.
At any given time, campaign is not looking like the way campaigns should be.
No.
It's not looking like what is there on the table for me. If I vote for you, apart from offering money and everything, how will you better my life and everything? I can't talk about these manifestos. I can't talking about you can't readily remind Nigerians this is what this person is about. This is a progressive. This is a Democrat.
Well, this is a new territory for us. As we know in Latin, they say tabula rasa. That from this point onwards, we are responsible for actions. We have no antecedents to what is happening in this electoral cycle. No. Normally, you know UPN, you know MPN, you know PDP, you know whatever other party, you know what they stand for. But people have taken this particular circle to a level of do or die. And that to me is dangerous. Because we are creating an army that is just like in the US, the Trump army. They are creating an army based on lies or things that you cannot deliver. And that to me is dangerous. Because, like I said earlier, imagine a situation where somebody said, Nigeria will go under if you don't vote for my candidates. He has only one vote. There are 91 registered voters. You have only one vote. Okay, let's say you can influence 10 others. That's really 90,199,000, something that you cannot influence. So you are creating an army dedicated to an improbability. And that's the danger I think ACF is trying to warn us about. And I think this is the best thing to do instead of other people doing their, whatever they call it, endorsement and all. This is what a regional group should do. List out the dangers, warn your people, let them be prepared for what is coming. Like I said, we are in tabula rasa territory. Nothing we are doing now has been done before in Nigeria. Nothing.
Anjay, another very dangerous dimension we've added is ethnicity and religion.
Yeah, there's no way we can ever take it out of our politics in Nigeria. No, we can't take it. Ethnicity and religion. I mean, ethnicity is even religion on its own. Even religion is politics. Yeah, so we should not deceive ourselves. But like I keep saying, I have been part of an electoral system. I've been there on election day.
At the highest level.
At the highest level and at the grassroots. And what happens on election day? At the polling units. I keep telling people, 40% of those who come to the polling units on election day in most of the rural areas in Nigeria, or in probably about 70% of the polling units, are undecided. They are waiting for who will come and convince them on election day with whatever you have, maybe bread or whatever, to vote on election day.
I have Benga from Abuja. Thank you for joining us, Benga.
This is Benga. Greeting to your guest there.
Yes, go ahead, Benga.
Hate speech and fake news. You didn't put it there. Fake news is also a threat, not only hate speech, because fake news can cause a lot of havoc. It's a threat to our election. We saw in 2015 and 2019, And those who are doing it have not relented in whatever they are doing in all these things. And you not give them the beauty they desire. Like one of your guests said there, a tree that bears sweet fruit, birds, children, adults will throwing stone at it to get of it. So Tinubu should not look at whatever that is happening. Those who went to the U.S. to collect a paper, say,
All right.
Yeah.
So,
So, like as I was saying, those campaigning for candidates should focus on pushing the narratives
For the
that will
candidates.
favor their candidates, not bad-mouthing other candidates. Because you will be surprised that on election day, it's going to be a different ballgame. Article 1 said, he said, for those on social media, he said 90% of those who vote in the North, they are not listening to what you guys are saying on social media. And it's very correct. And I have a practical example in my local village in Ibemo Ekiti. On election day, you will see those artisans, they will come. They don't care. They just want to. But somebody will be asking, where is Awolowo's party in 2022? Mm-hmm. So, whatever you do on social media, boost yourself, call yourself names, they are not bothered.
It's irrelevant.
It's irrelevant to them. So I think we should dwell less on character assassination at times of electioneering and focus on the main issues. But that is not to say debates, town hall meetings, and all those campaigns
are not important.
They're not important, yeah.
So, moving forward now, we have a lot of work to do in terms of even getting the politicians, those who are on the field, committed to this.
Yeah. Like I said, we are in uncharted territory because a lot of people are in this game for what they can get. The age of total convictions are gone. So what we need to do as journalists and media people is to keep reminding our people that ultimately, at the end of the day, this is about our people. It's not about them. It's about the farmer in the village, the fisherman in the creeks, and the hunters in the forests. Those are the ones that we are supposed to be looking out for, not for ourselves in the city, and not imposing our own needs and caprices onto Nigerian problems that are looking for solution. Like Moji said, let's talk about insecurity. Nigeria has been cut into two. People are burning INEC offices all over the place. The ADEC lost about 16,000 PVCs in Ogun just last week. Uncounted the one in the east.
And in Ede.
So things are happening that politicians don't pay attention to, but are more focused on who went to the toilet and did not wipe his behind. That is more important to them than the elements that we need to worry about.